Okay. All right, then let's get to know about our dynamic speaker of the day, Mr. Movanniish Singh. He is the founder and CEO of Digital Billionaire Academy. He is also the founder of the Digital Billionaire Capital, a hedge fund that manages over 1 million ringgit. He has coached over 1.5K members on cryptocurrency investing and trading. Not only that, Mr. Movanniish is also a social media influencer on topics related to cryptocurrency and Forex. He has hosted multiple talk shows with NGOs to raise awareness on the importance and future of cryptocurrency. Amazing, isn't he? Having said that, it is definitely our utmost pleasure to have Mr. Movanniish here with us today. Now, without further ado, I would like to pass on the session to him. It's all yours, sir.
Hi guys, can you all hear me? Can you all see me?
Yeah, all clear, sir.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Darshini, for giving me such a nice introduction. And yes, welcome everyone to business and why invest in Forex and crypto. So first off, I would like to thank AIM University for them to take such a beautiful effort in organizing an event of such. The reason is because you all can see the growing growth of cryptocurrency in the recent past few years, and as well as Forex over the past, few couple of decades. And a lot of people right now are currently getting themselves involved in this industry because they've actually identified the growth and the potential that this industry may have in the upcoming future. And hence, it's a great thing for you guys to actually be part of this event today in finding out more details about this specific event. So let me just share my screen, and I just need you guys to just let me know if you can actually see my screen. All right, just give me a second. Right, if y'all can see my screen, probably just drop me a yes in the chat section. All right, perfect. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm going to kickstart today's topic. I'm going to break it into two separate topics, mainly being cryptocurrency and Forex. Okay, so in regards to cryptocurrency, for me to explain it in the clearest way for you how or what a cryptocurrency is, I'll start off by explaining the evolution of money and how it has evolved over time. So you've known over the years, over the past couple of centuries ago, people used to transact using system barter, where you used to probably give someone, a couple of goats, and they would have give you back in return a couple of cows, and you used to exchange goods like that. And from there, it evolved into gold, and then it evolved into metal coins, and then people represented money in the form of paper currency, fiat currency. You have US dollars, you have the Malaysian ringgit, you have Singapore dollars, various different paper currencies. Now, there was a different sort of a representation of those currencies in the form of plastic cards. You had your debit card, you had your Visa, MasterCard, you had credit cards, and then things evolved even further into electronic money, where you had your, QR pay system, you had online banking, you had methods like PayPal, methods like Western Union, all done online. And from there, things have evolved into a cryptocurrency payment method. Okay, now you may be wondering, why was there necessary for them to evolve all the way into cryptocurrencies? Now, if I would actually highlight this in a small, very, very simplest form, if you guys notice here, every single one of this payment method that was a form of money that has been mentioned to you guys, from system barter all the way to electronic money, it has all got one thing in common, which is the fact that it is all a centralized currency. It is all controlled by a specific asset, by a specific government, by a specific politician, by a specific country. Cryptocurrency is the first evolution of money where it does not involve any central authority or central body controlling it, where people are the one that controls what happens with their money. Okay, now you may be wondering, what is Bitcoin? You've probably heard it on news, you've probably heard it on Instagram, on social media, you've probably seen a lot of Malaysians actually tweeting about it. It's probably been a trending topic on Twitter. You've probably seen Elon Musk talking about Bitcoin, talking about Dogecoin. Now, here's the briefest example of what Bitcoin actually is. Right now, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency right? Cryptocurrency will probably be like the main family. Bitcoin is like a member of the big family, okay? It is a decentralized digital currency. Highlight the word decentralized. I will explain in further details what a decentralized currency actually means, okay? It does not operate with a central bank or a single administrator, and Bitcoin is a currency that you can use to send from peer to peer, from person to person, without the need of central intermediaries. You do not need a bank for you to transact Bitcoin. You do not need a platform or like a central authority confirming your transaction for you to be able to transact Bitcoin. Now, it was launched in 2009, and as of today, Bitcoin is the world's largest cryptocurrency by market cap. It has close to 1 trillion US dollars worth of a market cap. Okay. Now, the difference between Bitcoin and fiat currency is that Bitcoin is created, distributed, and traded and stored with a use of a decentralized ledger, DLS, decentralized ledger system known as the blockchain. So whatever transactions that you guys actually do on Bitcoin, it is listed on the blockchain. Similarly to how whenever you do like fiat currency transaction, say if you were to transfer, 50 ringgit today from bank account A to bank account B, or you're sending it to your friends, for instance, you're sending 50 ringgit from your friend, from your account to your friend's account, that transactions gets listed in the accounting system of either Maybank or either CIMB. With Bitcoin's transactions or cryptocurrency related transactions, you do not have a bank that is associated there. You have the blockchain system, and blockchain is something that literally anyone can go online and they can see the transactions happening there. The website is basically blockchain.info. Okay. Now, Bitcoin's history as a store of value has been turbulent. Okay. And the main reason I'm saying this is because back in April 2021, the price of per Bitcoin skyrocketed all the way till 260,000 ringgit per Bitcoin. Close to 1 month later, which was in May, the currency traded for less than half of its value. It came down close to 100,000 ringgit. So it is turbulent, but over the span of like the past 10 years that it has been existing right now, 12 years to be specific, Bitcoin has continued to show us that it has been providing us with beautiful gains over the span of time because the mass adoption is slowly happening. Now, as the earliest cryptocurrency to meet widespread popularity and success, Bitcoin has actually given the birth to a lot of other blockchain programs, a lot of other coins or tokens that have emerged in the blockchain space. Okay, we'll talk about that later, in details later. Now, you may be wondering, okay, fine, I've mentioned all of that, like, but what is the advantages of using cryptocurrency? Why can't I still use, fiat money? Why can't I still use Malaysian ringgit? Why can't I still use the traditional way of transacting? Now, the advantages of cryptocurrency are as such. It is basically got increasingly wide acceptance as a payment method. Okay, Bitcoin currently, if you were to go to Korea, if you were to go to Japan, if you were to go to Switzerland, you walk into the malls there, Bitcoin is basically a payment method that has been recognized by the malls in those countries for you to treat it as a payment method. Okay, international transactions are easier than regular currencies. Now, for this, let me give you all a very simple example. If you would want to move, say, 10,000 ringgit today from Malaysia to the United States of America, you would want to move 10,000 ringgit from Malaysia to US, you got to use intermediary bodies like PayPal or Western Union or either initiate a bank transfer. Now, what's the drawdown to that? When you're using these middle parties for you to do transactions, you are paying a hefty amount in terms of fees. You are easily paying anywhere close to 5 to 6% of your transaction as fees itself, which means that if you're transacting an amount of 10,000 ringgit from Malaysia to US, you are easily paying 5 to 600 ringgit in fees to do the whole transaction. Whereas if you're using cryptocurrencies, say for instance, you're using Bitcoin, the fee is approximately 20 to 30 Malaysian ringgit. Whereas you're paying 500 ringgit if you're using the traditional way of doing things, much cheaper compared to if you're using cryptocurrencies. Okay. Now, the third point is basically generally lower transaction fees. I've explained that you guys can already see if you're transacting money today overseas, Bitcoin or cryptocurrency becomes a very, very good option there. Okay. Now, the fourth point is actually a very, very important point that many people tend to oversee. Bitcoin or cryptocurrency gives you anonymity and privacy relative to traditional currencies. Now, what do I mean? Let's just say today you have a net worth of 1 million ringgit. Literally, the banks know it, the government knows it, Bank Negara Malaysia knows it, Security Commission knows it, LHDN knows it. Literally, every single one of them knows your net worth. But if you have your money in the form of Bitcoin, you are 100% anonymous, you're 100% private, and it keeps you away from people trying to hack your bank account, trying to steal money. We've seen so many news of that happening because you've already been classified as a high net individual. So Bitcoin gives you that anonymity and privacy. Okay. Now, a very important point as well in regards to cryptocurrency is that it is independent from political agents and creators. I'm not sure if you guys know what happened in Venezuela, but the Venezuelan currency basically dropped all the way close to zero. That means one Venezuelan dollar is close to 0.000001 ringgit today. Okay, and the reason is because the whole government there, their political agenda is all pretty messed up, and that has caused the currency to deflate in value tremendously. Now, with cryptocurrency being an evolution here, it is independent. A country can basically go through war today. Malaysia can basically initiate a war with another country today. It will still not affect the price of Bitcoin, not affect the existence of Bitcoin in any way, in any form, right? And last but not least is that it is built in scarcity. What do I mean by built in scarcity? It means that Bitcoin is rare. Why do I say it's rare? You know, when you're probably using normal currencies like Malaysian ringgit or US dollars, there is no cap or there is no maximum limit towards how many currencies they can actually exist. But with Bitcoin, there is a maximum capacity of how many Bitcoins can exist. Once the capacity is reached, nothing more than that will pretty much be produced in the market. And those that have it will have it. Those that don't have Bitcoin will then need to get it from people that do. So it's scarce. It's very, very rare. Okay, let's move on to the next. And I want to give you guys a very brief comparison into how does Bitcoin differentiate from our normal fiat currencies. Now, when I say fiat currencies, it's pretty much like the euro, US dollars, Malaysian ringgit, Singapore dollars, all those currencies, we consider them as fiat currencies. Cryptocurrencies are ones like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and others that are in the market. Okay, now you need to understand that cryptocurrencies are generated by computers. Computers are the one that produces this. Now, the whole system or the whole process in producing these cryptocurrencies, it is called mining, right? And mining is not like how it used to be done before, where gold mining used to be where you go to Ipoh or you go to any place in Malaysia that you can actually find gold by digging underground. You take an axe and you start digging underground. That's not how mining works when it comes to cryptocurrencies. You basically just need a high processing power laptop or high processing power GPU for you to connect it with the system, with the blockchain network, and you're already producing Bitcoins as a whole. Whereas fiat currency, as per what I've mentioned, it is issued by government, right? The government is the one that decide how much worth of fiat or how much worth of Malaysian ringgit, for instance, should I print right now? Should I produce right now? Okay. Second thing is that it is a decentralized currency, like I've mentioned now. Decentralization simply means that no one can control the currency. The US dollars today can't come and say that, we are not accepting Bitcoin as a mode of payment, or we're not accepting Bitcoin. Countries can definitely initiate or impose a ban on Bitcoin, but they can never disallow you from using Bitcoin. They don't have a system unless they actually just switch off the internet access in the whole country. That whole country can never access Bitcoin, because for you to be able to use Bitcoin, there's only one thing that is required, is for you to have internet connection. As long as you have internet connection, no one can control whatever happens with Bitcoin. Whereas fiat currency is centralized and it's monitored by the government. So if you see, like, for instance, the New Zealand dollars, it pretty much did very badly over the past 1 week. It dropped tremendously. And every single one of them that were in New Zealand, their currencies deflated tremendously. So there are one New Zealand dollar that existed 1 week ago currently the same $1, 1 New Zealand dollar is probably valued about 90 cents or 85 cents because it has already been hit with a massive inflation rate. Okay. Third thing is that Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is a digital medium of exchange, whereas fiat currency is a physical medium of exchange. You cannot go to someone right now and say, hey bro, give me 1 Bitcoin, and they can't just take it out from their wallet and pass it on to you. It doesn't exist that way. For you to be able to transact Bitcoin, you need your mobile phone. All you need is just a mobile phone connection for you to be able to transact or move funds around in the form of cryptocurrency. Whereas fiat currency, you go and meet your friend today, you probably go out to mama and you want to pay for his Milo ice or what, you take out some 5 ringgit note from your wallet and just pay for it. That's how it is. Okay. Last factor here is for what I've mentioned is that cryptocurrency has a limited supply. Whereas fiat currency, there's unlimited supply. There's no cap to how much you can actually produce. Let me go a little bit in depth towards when I say limited supply. Let me talk about Bitcoin as a whole. For your information, there can only be a maximum 21 million Bitcoins that will ever exist in the whole ecosystem, right? So as of right now, there's already been 19 million that has already been produced, 19 million plus. There's a balance of 2 million Bitcoin that would need to be produced for the whole market cap of 21 million to be reached. But here's the thing. For us to get to the point where the whole 21 million Bitcoin is out in the market, it will take us until the year 2141 for us to get to the numbers. Okay. Probably some of you guys might think I'm crazy right now for telling you a number of this sort, but let me prove to you, let me show you why is it that it's such a way. Okay. Now, like I mentioned just now, Bitcoin is basically produced through this process called Bitcoin mining. So you've probably seen a lot of news about that in Malaysia. There was a recent news in Sarawak where they've actually found a whole factory or a whole premise that was doing Bitcoin mining, and they were running it illegally. They weren't paying the electricity, and they all got closed down. The whole mining machines were taken down by tractors. Now, this whole process of mining basically took place ever since Bitcoin was created in 2008. The first block or the first 50 Bitcoins that was produced into the ecosystem happened in the year April 2008. Okay, so from 2008 to 2012, that is a 4-year span, right? Every 10 minutes, new Bitcoins were coming into the ecosystem. Every 10 minutes, there were new Bitcoins. So the rate from 2008 to 2012, every 10 minutes, there were 50 Bitcoins, right? 50 Bitcoins that was produced into the system. Now, from 2012 to 2016, what happened in 2012 was this phenomenon called Bitcoin halving. Okay, so when there's a process that is called as Bitcoin halving takes place, what happens there? The amount of Bitcoin produced every 10 minutes basically halves. So from 2008 to 2012, we had 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. Then from 2012 to 2016, instead of having 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes, we now had 25 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. Okay, so if you do the arithmetic progressions math calculation, you will see that the supply that is produced every 10 minutes is half. Now, what happened in 2020, which was last year, right? Last year, the price of Bitcoin traded around $10,000–$50,000. Halving took place last year in May, the third halving, where from 25 Bitcoins, 2008 to 2012, 2012 to 2016. So in 2016, the third halving took place. From 25, it became 12.5. So now every 10 minutes, there were only 12.5 Bitcoins being produced. Now, last year, May to 2020, the fourth halving took place, where the halving halved the amount of supply from 12.5 to 6.25. So from last year onwards, every 10 minutes, there is only 6.25 Bitcoins being produced into this system. That's the reason why last year, the price of Bitcoin was about $15,000, since the supply that is produced into the market has halved and the demand has increased. The law of economics simply states, the higher the demand, the lower the supply, the higher the price. So the demand was increasing drastically for Bitcoin. People were starting to get involved, the mass acceptance was there, and the supply basically halved. That's the reason why the price went from $15,000 last year or $10,000 last year all the way to 65 to 68,000 back in April. Right now, if you were to continue doing this in 2024, from 6.25, it'll be half to 3.125, and it will continue going all the way till 2141, where the last Bitcoin will actually be produced. All right. Now, why cryptocurrency? All right. Why should you basically opt into investing or putting any amount of money into cryptocurrencies? I've explained a lot of fundamentals on that, right? Now, there is a very, very high relative chance that cryptocurrency may become the future of finance, mainly because of the blockchain technology. Okay. Now, the blockchain technology not only has a use case scenario in cryptocurrency. We have seen the insurance industry adopting blockchain technology. We have seen specific finance industry adopting blockchain technology, and no need to go too far. I mean, most of the attendees here will probably be from AIMS University. Let me just tell you guys that University Malaysia Pahang, UMP, and University Technology Malaysia, UTM, have already adopted the blockchain technology into their university as well, right? And the reason they have done this is because you have seen a lot of cases of fake degrees being given out there, where people can just buy a degree online right now and they can be classified as a graduate from a specific university. Now, when you implement the blockchain technology into your university itself, your whole degree, someone that, say for instance, has graduated from AIMS University today, and AIMS have implemented the blockchain technology, you can verify for yourself whether the student is graduated or not by just simply keying in the student's data on a blockchain website that is accessible to everyone. So if you go for an interview right now, you have that specific student detail or student ID or student data that you have. That data, the specific interviewer just need to take it, put it in the blockchain technology website. They'll be able to see whether or not you are actually a graduate or you've bought your degree. So 2 universities in Malaysia has actually adopted it. And I pretty much think that in future, more of them would, right? But yes, there is a very high relative chance of it being the future of finance. Now, the second reason here is the reason that probably most of you guys don't actually know. Most of you guys think that you are late to the party. Most of you guys think that you're very, very late to the game of the whole picture of cryptocurrency, because you have seen the price of Bitcoin go from, maybe when I involved myself was back in 2017, per Bitcoin was around 2,000 to 2,500 ringgit at that time. So if you had like a monthly salary of 4,000 ringgit, you could easily buy one Bitcoin, which today is worth close to 200,000 ringgit. Okay. But even though the price have went up that much, Bitcoin has did close to a 10,000x since it was probably buyable in Malaysia, investable in Malaysia. Still, lesser than 5% of the world's population is currently involved in cryptocurrencies. Okay. All this data, all these facts is basically done via research. The exact number will probably be somewhere around 2.6, 2.7%. But over the past few months, the adoption has went even crazier. When Elon Musk got himself involved, that's when people, mainstream people that didn't give too much of a care about cryptocurrencies, they started paying some attention to it. So currently, we have probably less than 5% of the world's population that is involved in cryptocurrencies. So if today you guys are into crypto, you guys will probably be one of the 5% in the world that is involved in cryptocurrencies, which is very, very early. Imagine being as early to crypto as early as you were with internet in 1998, or with the websites that, probably Yahoo, Google, when they were created in 1998, 1999. If you were early there, you would have been able to do a lot of things with it. You would have been able to come up with different various businesses around it. Well, it's the same with cryptocurrency right now. It's only been here for 12 years, but still less than 5% of the world is involved in cryptocurrencies. Now, third reason, we go back in history, we go back to the past, you can see that investing into cryptocurrencies has higher upside than downside. But here is where you guys got to be careful, right? It has higher upside than downside for those who believe in the long-term picture of cryptocurrencies, not for those who are trying to, become rich overnight, trying to become rich over the next 1 month or 1 week or so. That doesn't exist. You're probably going to lose money if you invest into crypto. But if you're in this game for a long-term purpose, go back and see each year, Bitcoin has created a higher low and a higher high. Cryptocurrencies, mainstream cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, like Ripple, like Monero, like Zcash, like Bitcoin Cash have all continuously continued to create a higher high and higher low, right? Fourth reason is mainly because Bitcoin is basically currently undergoing acceptance phase. It is increasing in its acceptance of cryptocurrencies. We saw a company as established as Tesla using Bitcoin as a mode of payment, where you could buy a Tesla car with Bitcoin, right? So generally, that is just for Bitcoin. You're going to see other cryptocurrencies being accepted on the mainstream media. Probably we're going to see Apple doing something with cryptocurrency next. We're going to see companies like Microsoft, who have already been involved in crypto, who has already registered that cryptocurrency can be used as a mode of payment in Microsoft itself. You're going to see them probably doing different things with them. So if the big guys are in, the last part was, it's if the giants in the industry of finance are already involved, people like Elon Musk, people like Mark Cuban, these guys are legends when it comes to the finance industry. If they are already involved, it gives more reason for small people like us to also be involved, right? And I missed the point there. Bitcoin is a deflationary currency. Okay, let me give you a fun fact. Okay, if you have 100 Malaysian ringgit right now with you in your wallet, and you had that in January 1st, 2021. Okay, December 31st, 2021, that same 100 ringgit note would probably be valued anywhere from 95 to 97 ringgit. And you'll be telling me that I'm bonkers right now, because it's the same 100 ringgit note. It's the purple color note. In January, it's the purple color note. In December, it's the same purple color note. But here is what you don't understand. Malaysians' inflation rate is anywhere from 3 to 5% each year. We've reached the utmost all-time high of close to 3.5%, which means that in the beginning of the year, when you have your 100 ringgit note, by the time it reaches the end of the year, it is already decreased by 3.5%. Now, how do you prove this? Generally, take a trip to Tesco, use your 100 ringgit note, buy whatever you want to buy in Tesco. It can be broccolis, it can be, your basic utensils that you need for your house, your basic groceries that you need for your house. Buy anything. Take a picture of the receipt that you have bought those things with. In December, go back to the same Tesco and buy the same exact things. You wouldn't be able to buy it. The first thing that will come to your head is, oh, the prices of goods went up. False. The prices of goods didn't go up. The purchasing power of your currency has reduced, has dropped, and that is due to the inflation. So when cryptocurrency steps in, Bitcoin cryptocurrency is a deflationary currency. It's a negative inflation currency, which means that holding on to it on the longer term basically increases the value of the specific asset that you have, or increases the value of that specific token that you have, instead of decreasing it like what fiat currency does. Okay, now, before I dive any much deeper into this, there is a brief difference between investing into Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, or trading cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, right? I'm going to explain this in a very, very brief format, because this one includes how you guys are able to make short-term gains from cryptocurrencies versus long-term gains, all right? And let me just put this here as a disclaimer. Trading cryptocurrencies or trading anything, for a matter of fact, involves very, very high risk. If you don't do it with the right knowledge, there's a very, very high likelihood that you will lose money. Okay, when you are buying Bitcoins, right, you basically just buy and own it outright, right? When you are trading, you basically speculate. You are trying to come up with a guess whether the price is about to go up right now or about to go down right now, and you're talking about a daily price. So you wake up in the morning, you see the charts, you're like, okay, do you think Bitcoin is about to go up today or go down today? If it's about to go up, I'm going to put a buy. If it's about to go down, I can put a short or a sell order. Okay, that's how trading works. Now, when you are buying Bitcoin, you basically just buy it, you hold it, and you just sell it when the price increases. When you are trading it, you don't need to physically buy a specific Bitcoin. You can buy one Bitcoin today that is worth close to 200,000 ringgit. You can buy that same Bitcoin using 2,000 ringgit of your money. That means you can own one Bitcoin using 2,000 ringgit. That involves trading, but you wouldn't physically own it. You will just benefit of the movement in the price. So I give you an example, right? You trade Bitcoin right now. You buy, say, for instance, one Bitcoin, but you're only using 2,000 ringgit because there is margin that they will actually provide you. From 48,000 USD per Bitcoin, it goes up to $50,000. That's a difference of 2,000 USD, right? What you will make as a profit is the difference. That 2,000 USD will basically be your realized profits. Similarly, if you bought it at 48,000 and if it drops 2,000 ringgit, 2,000 USD below that to 46,000, the difference is 2,000 USD. Am I right? That 2,000 USD will be the loss that you face because you went against the trend. So you can lose a lot of money like that. You can also make a lot of money like that if you're trading. Okay. And like I mentioned just now, when you're trading, it uses margin and leverage. Now, for me to explain what margin and leverage is will cost a lot of time. I'll just skip that for the time being. If any one of you guys have the question of how leverage or margin works, probably drop it in the Q&A sessions that we have at the end of the session, and I can explain that in further details. Okay. Now, last but not least, right? When you are buying Bitcoin, you basically just manually buy or sell your positions. When you are trading it, you have entries, you have stop losses, you have take profits, and you have other risk management tactics, which involves you to go and learn the basics of how you actually trade for you to be able to, be a successful trader where you can make a specific income per day, per week, per month. Owning and investing into Bitcoin, probably that's not going to happen. It's not going to make you rich over the next 1 week, over the next 1 month, unless you get tokens doing a 5-6x in the span of a month, which very rarely happens. But if you're talking about it doing over the span of like 3 years to 5 years, we have seen that happening multiple times before. I'm not saying it can happen again, but there are very high likelihood that that may happen. Okay, let's pop on to the next slide. Now, you may be wondering right now, you may be asking me, okay, fine, I've explained all of this. How does one actually get started with your whole cryptocurrency journey? Okay, now, prior to this, pretty much, I think some of you guys have also seen the news before. We had a platform called Binance in Malaysia. Okay, now Binance was a platform where people were able to buy and sell cryptocurrencies as per when they want and without any like problems being faced. But what happened was that they weren't a regulated platform in Malaysia. They didn't attain any license to operate legally in Malaysia. So what happened? Security Commissions Malaysia basically imposed a ban on Binance and gave every citizens of Malaysia a span of 2 weeks to withdraw their funds from Binance into a third-party platform. So as of right now, the 3 different platforms that you guys can use for you to start investing into cryptocurrencies would be number 1, Huobi, number 2, local Bitcoins, and number 3, Trust Wallet. I'll just take the audacity to show you guys how it looks so you guys will know roughly what is it that I'm talking about. This is what the Huobi platforms basically looks like. Okay, so say today you want to buy 50 ringgit worth of Bitcoin. This is the platform, right? Huobi.com. You want to buy Bitcoin, you can come, you can click over here, you can input the amount that you want to buy. So 50 ringgit worth of Bitcoins, minimum buy 60. 60 ringgit worth of Bitcoin. This is the amount of Bitcoin that you'll be buying. All right. This is the payment method that you can choose, either Visa or card, either bank transfer or either Western Union. Once you have bought BTC, you'll be able to come and purchase these various different tokens that are in the market, right? So we have all these different tokens here. There's BTC, there's Ethereum, there's Huobi token, there's Polkadot, Ripple, Chainlink, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, multiple different. There's close to 350 plus different types of tokens on the market itself. Okay, so you can pick whichever tokens or whichever cryptocurrencies is it that you would want to come and you would want to buy. So Huobi is a platform. It allows you to buy cryptocurrencies using cash, and then from Bitcoin itself as the main crypto that you're buying, if you would want to buy other cryptos, you can go ahead and you can do it on this platform, right? Now, this is one platform. The second one that we have, give me a second. Second one that we have is basically localbitcoins.com. Now, this is how the platform looks like. Local Bitcoins is basically a platform where you can come using fiat, using money that is in the bank. You are able to basically transact and you're able to basically buy and sell Bitcoins. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I don't think we can see the website, sir. It's still in your slides. Yeah.
Okay. So 1 second. Can you all see right now?
Yeah. Now can.
Okay. Let me just go back to Huobi again then. Okay. So I pretty much think that I was sharing my PowerPoint just now, just that you all couldn't see. Cool. So this is how the Huobi platform basically looks like, right? If you are wanting to buy cryptocurrencies today, this is where you actually put in the amount. So say you're wanting to buy 100 ringgit worth of Bitcoins, okay? You change the currency to Bitcoin, the amount of Bitcoin you'll be getting is 0.000478, for instance. Now, once you have bought it, you either pick one of these three payment methods: Visa, bank transfer, Western Union. Best option is for you to use the bank transfer option. Once you've already purchased it, you will open yourself to all these various different cryptocurrencies that you can come and buy. Okay, BTC, Ethereum, Huobi token, Polkadot, XRP, Link, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, all these various different tokens here. It's accessible for you to come and for you to buy. Obviously, do some prior research before buying any of these tokens. But yes, it will be as simple as that. All you got to do is just create your free account, and you're already able to buy and sell cryptocurrencies. The second platform that I was talking about is local Bitcoins. Okay, localbitcoins.com. This platform has also been existing for a very long time in Malaysia. Not many people know about this because people usually opt to other platforms. I'll get to that later. Okay, but you are able to buy Bitcoins here, and you're also able to sell it off directly here. But here you are doing it directly peer to peer. So say for instance, you're wanting to purchase with this person right now. This person has done close to 15,000 plus different transactions, and he has a trustworthy rate of 99%, which is safe. So if you want to buy Bitcoin from him, just click on the buy button, key in the amount that you would want to buy, say 100 ringgit. At least you need to buy from him is 1,000 bucks. If you buy 1,000 ringgit worth, this is the amount that you get. Okay. Once you've already signed in, just click on the buy button. He basically gave you all the payment details of how you are supposed to transact with him. Okay. Please make requests only when you can complete the payment. This is his terms and conditions. So once you're done with that, you purchase the Bitcoins. The Bitcoins is literally transacted to you in your account. You can withdraw it from here to keep it in like other platforms, or you can just leave it on this platform if you're looking to just buy and hold on to Bitcoin. Okay. Now, the third way or the third method for you to be involved in the cryptocurrency space is basically utilizing Trust Wallet. Okay, just give me a second. Let me just. Is basically using this wallet called Trust Wallet. So those two platforms that I mentioned, those are platforms for you to buy and for you to sell. Obviously, once you have bought it, you'd want to have a safe platform for you to store your cryptocurrencies. So Trust Wallet is basically one of the most generalized one out there. It's available on App Store. It's available on Play Store. It's available on APK file if you're using an Android version laptop, or your iPad also it's available. This is how the wallet looks like. Okay. And you are able to buy cryptocurrencies on this platform as well. But the thing about this is it is a bit complicating because you need to use credit card. Now, probably most of you guys that are on this call, you all don't have credit cards. So you all won't be able to buy cryptocurrencies on this app itself. But you can buy it on Huobi, you can buy it on local Bitcoins, and you can store it on this platform called Trust Wallet. So you can just download the app from Play Store or App Store, purchase it with the methods that I've shown you just now, and store it in this app. It makes it much simpler for you to move things around. And whenever you want to sell, it's also pretty easy. So it allows you to buy Bitcoins under 5 minutes. You can even switch from one crypto to another crypto on the app itself. Okay. There are a lot of other things as well that this app will give you, but these are the main 3 ways that someone will pretty much get themselves involved into the cryptocurrency space. Okay. Now, before I move any further, I just want to raise of probably yeses or nos in the comment sections. How good are you guys so far with whatever that I've shared with you guys? Do you guys follow? Are you guys lost? Or do you guys have any questions in regards to cryptocurrencies? If you guys are good, if you guys follow so far, just drop me a yes or clear in the chat section so I can move on to the next topic that we are about to discuss today, which is the Forex market. Yes, very clear. Okay, perfect. Okay, one person mentioned here if Binance is better than Huobi. Pretty much it was a good platform, much easier to toggle around than Huobi, but you can't access Binance anymore if you're in Malaysia. And even if you can, you're going to be treated as a criminal because you're accessing a platform that has been banned by the Security Commissions of Malaysia. So that's the reason why you would want to go near Binance right now. Personally, I used to be using Binance. I used to be very comfortable using it, but right now, since Malaysia has decided to ban the platform, I've shifted the funds over to Huobi, and we are currently trading on Huobi. How about Luno? Okay, I remember your question. I'll explain about why not Luno at the end of the session where we have the Q&A, right? I heard that Binance is coming back with another name. Is that true? As of right now, there has been no official announcement just yet. Those are rumors, but there might be a chances that that may happen because we've seen that happening with a platform called Remitano in Malaysia as well. Okay, but to your questions about how is Luno, I'll explain that at the end of the session where we have the Q&A. Right now, that is basically all about cryptocurrencies. I'm pretty sure there is more that I didn't touch about in regards to how does mining work, how the blockchain basically works. I've not shown you guys how the blockchain basically looks like. All of that you can basically go online right now, go to YouTube, go to Google, type it out. You'll see tons of information there for you to basically see, for you to basically toggle around, for you to be able to get the overall picture of how cryptocurrency works. Okay, now what is the main difference between the cryptocurrency market and the Forex market? Okay, people usually ask me that, like, why isn't cryptocurrency and Forex the same thing? Now, it has a lot of similarities as well as a lot of differences. Okay, now, what is generally the Forex market? Okay, people have a lot of misconception when they hear the word Forex. Most people, especially those that don't have the well-equipped information and knowledge, they think Forex is some MLM scheme or some pyramid scheme, or where you have to recruit people, you have to refer people, or you make a certain percentage a month, a company pays you 10-15% a month. All of that is false. Forex is basically a short-term form of foreign exchange. Okay, it is in the arena where people or the nation's currencies is exchanged for one another. So say for instance,
excuse me, sorry to disturb.
Okay.
I think we can't see your slides now, sir. It's still on the website. Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm so sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay. As I was saying, Forex or foreign exchange is the arena where a nation's currency is exchanged for that of another. So you see, for instance, I'll give you an example of the pair Euro USD. So you're exchanging your Euro for USD, or you're either buying or selling it. So say for instance, today, Malaysian ringgit is about to drop. I find out it's about to drop. I go to the currency converter. I just exchange my Malaysian ringgit into USD and I hold on to USD. If the price of USD goes up, say for instance, over the next 1-2 weeks, I sell back the USD, I get back my Malaysian ringgit. Now that is the traditional way of Forex trading, where you have like a currency exchange, you go to them, you exchange currency. There is an online way, there is a digital way for you to do that as well, which is by using brokers. Okay, now I'll get to that later. Forex is basically the largest financial market in the world. Okay, it's the biggest financial market in the world. There is close to over 6.6 trillion US dollars. There is a daily turnover, or I would consider it as a volume that happens in the Forex market. Note to be noted here, in regards to cryptocurrency, the cryptocurrency market itself is close to $2 trillion. Okay, Forex market is 3x of that, which is close to $6.6 trillion daily turnover every single day. So every day you wake up in the morning, by the time the market closes, which is at 5, you already have 6.6 trillion US dollars worth of transactions. That numbers is crazy. Okay, now you have to understand that the Forex market has no physical location or no central exchange. It's an off-exchange platform, or if it's an off-exchange market. Okay, now it operates 24 hours, 5 days a week. The difference is that cryptocurrency operates 24/7, 365. There's no such thing as public holiday. There's no such thing as, New Year's and cryptocurrencies are, not tradable or what. It is tradable every single day, 24 hours, 365, 7 days a week. Okay, 24/7. Forex market on the weekends, it does not operate. You are unable to buy it because banks are closed, and platforms for you to buy, platforms like New York Stock Exchange, Bursa Saham, all of them are also closed. So it's only 24 hours, 23 hours basically, 23 hours and 5 days a week. It closes 1 hour each day, from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning. Right now, I mean to give you all the very, very, very simple understanding of how Forex is basically treated as, for people that are currently looking to trade Forex, currently looking to, venture into the Forex market. It's simple. All you are doing is that you are capitalizing the movement of major and minor currency pairs in the market to benefit of small movements by applying fundamental and technical analysis. Okay, this is as simple as it gets. Say you have a currency pair called Euro USD today. You want to identify if the currency is about to go up or go down. How do you do that? That's by applying technical analysis or fundamental analysis. When I say fundamental analysis, I mean by reading the news, what's happening in the United States, what's happening in countries that are in the Euro, what's happening to JPY, for instance, if you're trading USD JPY. Identify if the country is doing well, if the country's economy is doing well, if their jobless rate has dropped or have increased. All of that falls under fundamental analysis. Technical analysis is in front of the charts. What are you seeing on the charts right now? Are you seeing a downtrend? Are you seeing an uptrend? Are you seeing a sideways movement? Is the price at a key support or a key resistance area? Apply all of that, you are able to find small movements in the market. Now, the thing about the Forex market, another difference is that cryptocurrencies, you will see moving 5, 10, 15, 20% on a daily basis. That's normal. It is very, very normal. In the Forex market, you will never see a movement of more than 2 to 3%. Maximum you will see is about 1.5, 2%. That is average. The average daily is about 0.2 to 0.5%. That is how much the Forex market moves each day. But why is it that people make a lot of money? It is because of leverage. The leverage here on the Forex market is 1 to 500 and 1 to 1000. Whereas on the cryptos, it's just 1 to 50 or 1 to 100. I'll explain that in further details on the later on part. Okay. Now you may be wondering, it's a 6.6 trillion US dollars market daily turnover, but why is it that I should learn Forex trading? Now, you need to understand, if you are able to master the skill of trading Forex, okay, like how me and my team have, it is a high income skill that can pay you for the rest of your life, right? People will be making a monthly salary in one trade. That's how it is in the Forex and the crypto market. But people can also lose that much of money if they don't know what they're doing. Say, for instance, you come in right now, you don't know anything about Forex, you don't know anything about the platforms associated here. You are just in the mindset of wanting to get rich. You can get the whole account wiped out within 1 second. It's that fast. The markets will literally move that fast. Within 1 to 2 minutes, you can see you put in 1,000 ringgit and 1,000 ringgit disappears after like 1 to 2 minutes. That's when you do it with no knowledge. When you have the skill mastered well, it is a high income skill and it can pay you consistently for the rest of your life, right? The second thing is the reason why I personally chose the whole cryptocurrency and Forex industry. Okay, I want to have the ability to work from home or from literally anywhere I am. If I'm on a vacation right now, if I'm, say, for instance, in South Africa or if I'm in some other place that I'm not able to attend my job, I can still work, I can still make money, and I will never ever need the necessity of having a boss telling me what to do, because I control my finances. I control what I do with my whole life, because I'm able to make the same amount of income when you are trading Forex. Simple. You have the ability to work from literally anywhere you are at any time you want if you have already mastered the skill well. Okay. Now, the third reason here is also one very, very important reason. You see, the difference of when you are involved in industries where it involves investment, where it involves trading, where it's very much higher risk compared to like the normal way of doing things, is that there is no cap. There is no maximum capacity to how much money is it that you can make. Okay. In contrary, let's just say you have a day job right now. Say you're working as an engineer. You're a mechanical engineer. You're a senior level engineer. You probably have a salary of about 4,000, 5,000 ringgit a month. Okay. There will never be a chance that you can make more than that unless you're doing overtime, unless you get bonuses, or unless there's some sort of compensation that the company gives you. So it's already capped. 5,000 ringgit is the maximum you make each month. When you are trading, there is no cap. It's limitless. You can make 5,000, you can make 50,000, you can make 500,000. Doesn't matter. There's no such thing as, this is the maximum amount only you can make if you're trading Forex. So that's something good, because it doesn't set boundaries onto the amount of money or the amount of income that you can have, right? The other two reasons, pretty fine. It teaches you to be patient like a monk, okay? The reason I say this is because when you go into a trade right now, you won't see it working 100% according to your direction immediately. You will probably need to be sitting on this chair like how I do every single day for close to 4 or 5 hours, just looking at the charts and like praying, please go up, please go down, depending on which trade you are in. Okay, it teaches you a lot of patience, and sometimes it will go down, then it'll go up, then it'll go down, and then it'll go up. You'll probably go a little psycho as well. That's why the last reason, if you want to learn Forex and you don't love your hair, start trading Forex. It's the easiest way to go bald. Okay, because there is also a high amount of stress that will be associated with it. But the stress comes when you are someone that's wanting to make more money than the market is actually about to give you. If you want to take 100 ringgit account and make it 10,000 ringgit in 1 week, yes, then there's stress. Or if you know for the first time itself, you put in 10,000 ringgit in your account and you want to make it to 100,000 ringgit, and that 10,000 ringgit, if you lose, means you got no money to eat for the next 1 year. So if you lose that money, obviously you can't eat. So that's when you start getting stressed and you start going balls. I probably lost a little bit of hair here and there, but I think it's still good. Just joking. Okay, so some of you guys right now might also be wondering, now Forex trading sounds great. How do I kickstart? If you guys are wondering, your first step number 1, will always be to pick a suitable broker. Okay, like how I explained just now, there are 3 different platforms for you to start your cryptocurrency investment, namely being Huobi, local Bitcoins, and Trust Wallet. In the Forex industry, there are also exchanges, but they don't call them exchange. You call them brokers. Okay, so there's this little saying that brokers usually broke us, but if you've mastered the skill well, you can broke the brokers, right? Now you got to pick a suitable broker. Number 1, there are a lot of various out there. The one that I'm personally using is Hot Forex and OctaFX. So the most recommended ones are usually the ones that have regulations to operate legally. Because I mean, I don't want to say this here, but I think it's a fact that all of us need to come to right now, that we live in a country. Malaysia is a country that has a lot of problems when it comes to any financial instruments. They have a lot of legality issues. They have a lot of, regulatory issues. And there is a better way for them to do whatever they're doing, but I'm not sure why Malaysia always picks the hard way of doing things. Like the easy way is to just regulate it, to impose a specific guidelines, provide security guidelines, but they want to go in the direction of banning platforms, calling certain platforms illegal. So that one is something that you have to agree to, you have to accept. If you want to be involved in this industry, you got to know that there will be regulations problems, there will be legality problems. But if you're picking an exchange for a broker that have already ticked those boxes, then you don't have to worry about that. Okay. The second thing, after you have picked a suitable broker, once they've already got the necessary regulations in Malaysia, you got to learn the fundamentals of Forex trading. Okay. If you don't have that knowledge, guys, I guarantee you 100%, you will lose money. Okay. There is no such thing as someone that knows nothing about the industry, comes in here, puts in 100 ringgit, and he makes it $1 million over the next 2-3 months. Never existed before. If the person did that, now 2 things in it. He's either God or he's either goddamn lucky. One of them. It's either one, right? No point being lucky here, because you can get lucky once, you can get lucky twice, but it's not a repeatable thing. Okay. You cannot repeat the same process for you to be able to make the same thing every day. So, it's not worth it. It's not a long-term thing. So once you've already learned the fundamentals, you already understand how it works. Even if you make a mistake, even if you make a loss, you are able to understand why you made that loss, why that mistake happened. And the second time that you're doing it, just don't repeat the same mistakes. Okay. Third thing is that once you've already understood all the fundamentals, once you've already read the whole charts, once you've already did the whole fundamental analysis, you know how things work here. Don't feel overconfident. That's what majority of the people feel like. They feel like once they have studied, once they have learned it, they are already good to go. They put in 5,000, 10,000 in their account. On their road, my journey to 1 million starts today, and they go and tweet there on Twitter or they post it on Instagram. Doesn't exist. Don't do that. Start off by trading on your demo account. Why would you want to do this? Because you would want to test whatever is it that you learn first. Does it work or not? Like maybe whatever that you have learned, it doesn't make sense, but for you, because you're someone so new, you think it works, but it doesn't. So by the way you actually justify to yourself if it works or not is by testing it out on a demo account. So whatever money that you make or lose there, it's not going to affect you. If you make a $5 million loss on your demo account, so to heck with that, it's not your money. If you make a $5 million profit, great. It's still not your money. You still can't cash that out. But at least you know you have a proven working strategy that you are now ready to put it in the form of real money and start trading with real money. That's the concept. Okay. Once you're done with that, then you can deposit money into your real account, and then you can start trading the Forex market. Now, guys, if you follow these 4 steps here, none of you guys, I'm probably saying like it's very less of a time that you guys will probably make a very heavy loss or not make any consistent profits in the market. Because the ones that usually lose is the ones that usually don't have the fundamental understanding of why trading Forex. Why should you trade Forex? How is it done? They're just like, oh, I've seen this friend. He's always posting his profits on Instagram or social media. I think it's possible. Let me go and try it out. Without any knowledge, you go in there, you try to follow him. It's going to end up bad. I've done that multiple times. Trust me, I'm only telling you because I've made heavy losses before. I don't want you guys to repeat the same thing as well, right? These are all the various different trading tools, right, that you will require for you to be trading the financial market. This will also apply for Bitcoin. It'll also apply for cryptocurrencies. It'll also apply for stocks. It'll also apply for any other financial instruments like, the indices market, the bond market, the crypto market, the Forex market. All right, all these different tools here. If you guys want to take a screenshot, you can go ahead. But these are basically all the tools required for you to be 100% protected in terms of your fundamental and technical analysis. So TradingView is basically a platform where people are able to extract news, they are able to read the charts, and they're also able to get some small assistance in the form of, indicators, where let's just say you don't know how to trade right now, you can enable some indicators to tell you, hey, look, it's a good buy right now. Hey, look, it's a good sell right now. You have that on TradingView. And ways for you to toggle around TradingView. There's so many videos on YouTube as well. You can go there, you can toggle around how to use TradingView to trade Forex, how to use TradingView to, trade crypto. You'll see a lot of videos. Okay. Tradays is also another good platform where you can come and read about news in the Forex market, together with investing.com as well as MyFXBook. These 3 platforms, people use it to understand what's happening in the Forex market. Is there a high impact news today? Is there a news that is going to impact the currency that you are trading? Say you're trading Euro USD. If anything happens to the dollar USD, or if anything happens in US right now, say President Billionaire or what, he goes and makes an announcement that says the US dollars has reached a very crucial level and it's about to drop right now, it will impact your trade. So you need to know if there's going to be an announcement. So these 3 platforms gives you all that information. Now, the other one that I've stated there is MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. That is the platform. So like how you've already created your broker, for you to trade, you need to use it on MetaTrader. So it's like an app where you link your broker to that specific app itself. And on that app, you do your buy, you do your sell, you see your profit. So I'll show you how it looks like. Again, just give me a second. Okay, so this is how the MetaTrader app looks like. There are all various different cryptocurrencies that you see here. Okay, it's a phone app. You can download it. And these are all the, the list of profits and losses that you will have. Okay, various different types of profits and losses. So this is the app that you will use for you to trade. This is MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. Okay. Once you have all of this, you are probably 70% covered. The balance 30% is just for you to learn how to use the app. No point you have all the app and you don't know how to use it and you're like, oh, I'm a Forex trader right now. You need to learn how to use it. You probably go on YouTube, learn it. You probably go on, Google, read some articles about it. Go to babytips.com, learn the fundamentals. It is all very possible. Okay, this is basically all you need for you to kickstart your Forex trading journey. Okay, now I have a small thing that I want to include here for every single one of you guys. Okay, this is in regards to your mindset. Okay, because why? Let me share with you this. Whatever technical stuff about trading, whatever technical stuff about cryptocurrencies, whatever news or literally anything about cryptocurrency or Forex, every single aspect is learnable. You can take time, you can learn it. It'll take you probably 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. You will learn. You will be able to master every aspect of it. It took me probably like a year because I started in 2017. I didn't have a mentor. I had to do everything by myself. Go on YouTube, do research, go attend different talks. Whenever there's any free talks or what, I had to do it myself. It took me 1 year for me to so-called master it, 2 years of testing out if whatever I have works, and 1 year for me to like implement it in the form of opening up my own company, setting up my own hedge fund, and like, you know, today speaking in front of you guys. Every skill here is learnable, but the one thing no one can teach you is your emotions and how to control it. When it comes to investing into cryptocurrencies or trading Forex, the most important thing is having control over your emotions and having the right mindset. Okay? Don't ever treat Forex or crypto like gambling. It's not gambling, right? You are able to make the same amount of income if you were to go out to win things today and put an all-in on blackjack or roulette or whatsoever. That income is achievable here in trading, but it is not the same. There's a fine line, because some people know nothing. They just they just click on buy, hoping to get lucky, and ended up they probably make a lot of money, or they probably lose everything they've had. It is not the same. They are techniques, they are strategies that you can learn for you to make it a consistent way of making money. There is no technique that can make you consistent amount of money if you're gambling, unless you are someone that knows how to read card or what. But in Forex and crypto, you can master the basics. You can master the strategy, you can master the technique for you to do it in the form of a repeatable way. So today you do the same thing, tomorrow just repeat. You'll already be someone that's financially very stable. Okay? Number two is something that most people out there, even myself, I'm guilty as well. Do not have the get rich quick mindset, right? You do not expect to put in 100 ringgit today and make 5,000 ringgit tomorrow. Don't even expect to put in 100 ringgit today to make 100 ringgit tomorrow, even if it's achievable, right? It is not going to make you money in the quickest way. But if you have mastered the skill, you can make the same amount of money. Let's say for instance, you put in 100 ringgit in your account. If you make 10 ringgit every day, it is considered a good amount of money. If you duplicate that for 30 days, you've already made 300 ringgit. Even though you can make 300 ringgit in a day, don't do it, because it's going to put you in unnecessary risk, and you're going to have the mindset of, wow, it's so easy to make money. Let me just go, let me just buy, nothing can go wrong, and then you see your whole world falling apart. Okay, it is not a get rich quick scheme. You do not expect to make quick money here. It's money that you make over the long term. Some people invest into crypto, they invest into Bitcoin for 2-3 months, they see the price dropping, they sell. The moment of time they sell, the price shoots up. Then they're like, I should have just held it enough. Don't be that. Don't be like that. Okay, if you're already deciding right now to put your money into Forex or put your money into crypto, know that it's going to pay you. 100% is going to pay you, but it will take time. And you have to learn the fundamentals first. Don't be hesitant to learn. Okay. The third thing here, if you are investing, set a daily and a monthly target. So if the amount that you're about to risk right now is say 1,000 ringgit, from that 1,000 ringgit that you have invested, what is your daily target if you're trading? If you're not trading, if you're investing, what is your monthly target, or what is your 6 months target, or your 1 year target? What do you want to make from the money invested? Why is it important for you to set a target? Is because if you don't have a target, say you put in 1,000 ringgit, you've made like 100 ringgit a day, and probably that is a good target, but you've made the 100 ringgit, right? For you, I want to make more. You go ahead, you trade more. What happens, right? You lose the 100 ringgit you made, and you're like, I should have just stopped that day, and I should have just waited for the next day and all. What do? You fight the markets. You try to go into a next trade, and now from 1,000 ringgit you lose 100. Now it's at 900 ringgit. Now you are at 100 ringgit loss. Where you were at 100 ringgit profit, now you are in 100 ringgit loss. And you're like, let me just recover. What do? You use more risk than you're supposed to. You fight the markets. Now from 900 ringgit, the account is at 500 ringgit. And then you're like, okay, you close your laptop and all. Tomorrow, you come back, you trade again. What's your mindset? I need to recover money. I need to make back my losses. Are you fearful right now for you to lose the money? You are much more fearful. It affects your brains, it affects your mindset, it affects your emotions. You will see that 500 ringgit also losing very fast. Where you were at 100 ringgit profit, now you've lost all the money that you've had. If you have your daily and your monthly target set, the moment it hits, you shut your laptop down, you go, you play PS4, you probably go have a tea with your friend, just chill. Don't come back, don't try to make more than what market tends to give you. Okay? Now, when you are actually trading Forex or crypto, treat that whole thing like a business. Okay, when you start up a business, say you start up a restaurant today, you don't expect your restaurant to start booming up in the first month itself. You need to spend time, you need to market it out there, you need to make sure more people comes to your shop, you need to get influencers to market your businesses. There's so many things you need to do until your business starts providing you with revenue. Although when you're trading Forex and crypto, you can make money. The day you put in the money, the next day itself, you can make money, but you need to understand there is upside, there is downside. So don't blame when it's a downside. Don't be greedy when it's at the upside. Be comfortable with both of this, and treat it like a business where on the long run, over the span of 6 months to a year, your business is slowly growing until you reach the $1 million status for your business itself. Okay. Now, next important point is only take what the market gives you, guys. Okay. Say you go ahead now, you purchase one BTC. Okay. You spend 200,000 ringgit, you purchase one BTC. If you've made 20,000 ringgit from there, and if you're comfortable with it, take it, right? If that is your target, take it. What happens? You don't take it. You want to make, instead of 20,000, you want to make 40,000. You wait. The price drops back to your entry. Now you've lost your profits. So when the market has already given you a profit, take your profits. Same thing with trading. If you've set a daily plan, you want to make $10, you have made $10, you don't close the trade. I hold a bit, maybe I can make 15, maybe I can make 20, and everything falls apart. You're back to your initial amount, right? Take what the market gives you. The market's only going to give you $10, take the $10. Focus on the next trade. Okay. But the next thing here is, please, if you are into any industry in regards to finance, be comfortable with losses. There is no trader, no investor, no business person in the world that has never made losses before. The one thing that I tell people, if there's some trader that comes and tells you, hey, listen, follow me right now, I have never made a loss and I've got 100% clean record, I tell, there's only two scenarios from there. Number one, he's either God. Number two, he's either a scammer. It's only one of these two. Okay? You cannot have a Forex trader or a business person or a crypto investor that has never made a loss before. There will definitely be, because it's only through your losses you learn ways that don't work. Don't do that, and find out ways that work and do that. All right? Be familiar with losses. Be comfortable with losses. It doesn't matter if you put in 100 ringgit and you take a 5 ringgit loss. Don't feel like I'm not a good trader, or this is too much for me to take one. It's okay for you to recover that 5 ringgit. Can be done in a minute, can be done in an instant. You can recover it within the next trade itself. But if you did not take that loss, if you did not take that 5 ringgit loss, you held from 5 ringgit loss, now it's at 10 ringgit. You're like, I should have taken just now. Let me hold it back a little bit. When it goes to 5 ringgit, I'll close my loss. I'll close my trade. I'll take my losses. Then from 10 ringgit, it goes to 15 ringgit. You're like, yeah, I should have taken just now at 10 ringgit. Now I let it go back to 10 ringgit. I'll take a 10 ringgit loss. Then from 15 ringgit, it goes to 20 ringgit. Then you're like, from 20 ringgit, let me go to 15 ringgit. Then I'll take my losses. And then it keeps dropping. You never get the chance to take your losses. When the account itself will take the losses for you. You lose everything there, right? So don't be like that. Okay, be comfortable, be familiar with losses. Now, I've mentioned this before as well. Trade with a demo account first before funding and putting any sort of real money into your account, because you'll be able to test if whatever strategies is it that you have, whether it works or not, and if the techniques that you have learned, if the fundamentals that you have studied, whether it works or not. Okay, so trade on demo first. Master your trades on demo. Be consistent. Come up with like 20, 30 trades that you've done on the demo account that has given you a consistent good amount of profits. Then move on to your real account. Okay. And last thing here, guys, is most important thing. Most traders, most investors, people that come into this industry, they forget the reason you are investing, the reason you are trading is to make money. But as long as the money is in the account, you are not making money. It's just money that is basically in that account. The only way you make it is when you withdraw and when you spend it, or when you probably diversify into different assets. Maybe you buy gold, or maybe you go and reward your mom, probably buy a pair of earring for your mom, or buy iPhone for your girlfriend and make a day. You got to enjoy your profits. If you keep making money and don't withdraw, then what's the point of you trading in the first place? So if you've already reached your target, withdraw the money. Use that money, put proper cost to it. You want to give it to charity, go ahead. You want to do something useful with it, you want to probably go and further your education with that money, go ahead, but enjoy your profits. If you keep making a profit, say you put in 1,000 ringgit, your 1,000 ringgit is now 5,000 ringgit. You're like, from 1,000 to 5,000 I can grow, means now I can grow from 5,000 to 25,000. Okay, try. Your 5,000 back to 1,000 ringgit. Sure, I should have just withdrew just now. All of that I faced before. It doesn't work. The moment you make money, withdraw the money. The moment you make back your invested capital, withdraw it, trade with your profits. Never ever refrain to enjoy your profits. The myth of Forex trading, very, very popular myth, is that the more money you deposit, the more income you can get. That's true, but it's also false. Does not mean that if you put a 10,000 ringgit deposit only, you can make 1,000 ringgit each day. You put in 1,000 ringgit deposit also, you have a method for you to make 1,000 ringgit each day. You don't need to be rich to get richer in Forex. That's basically it. You can start with $100, you can start with 50 ringgit, and you can grow your account. I had one student of mine. He basically joined in, I think, the academy close to 2.5 months back. He put in 50 US dollars, which is close to about 220, 230 Malaysian ringgit. He traded the Forex market for 1 month, right? For 1 month, only 30 days, probably less than that as well. He turned a 50 USD account into 3,000 USD in 2 weeks, probably a month. Let's put it in a month. $50 to $3,000. That's close to what, a 45 to 50x. So if he could do it, pretty much you guys can do it as well. And there will be some that put in 1,000 ringgit and like made 50% loss from 1,000 to 500. So the myth that you need to have a lot of money to make a lot of money is false. It doesn't need to be that way. You don't need a lot of money to make a lot of money here. You just need the right strategies, the right mindset, and you can make a lot of money. All right. With that, guys, I'm ending the session. Thank you so much, everyone here, for listening to me. I'm open for any Q&A, or if like there's any other things that you guys probably want me to share, you can drop it in the chat section as well. Darnisha, back to you.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. There was definitely a wholesome knowledge sharing from you. I think it was a very, very, very detailed explanation from your side. Okay, then now we'll be moving on to our next session, the Q&A. Respected members of the floor, if you have any questions for Mr. Movanniish, kindly drop it in the chat box, or you can even unmute yourself and ask him directly. I think, sir, we can go back to the earlier question where they asked about how about Luno. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay, Melissa, right? You asked me in regards to Luno. Now, why I didn't include Luno in this slide, there's a few reasons to that. Yeah, I'll explain to you guys right now. You need to understand that Luno is basically one of the 3 RMOs. RMOs is basically registered market operator. Okay, to make it short and simple for everyone here to understand, Luno has acquired a license to operate legally in Malaysia. Okay, but here's the bottom line fact. You have a platform that's already legal. It's already like 100% regulated in Malaysia for them to operate as a DEX, a digital exchange, digital currency exchange. You've already attained the license, but in Malaysia, until today, they have not regulated Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So how is it that we can trade an unregulated currency on a regulated platform? That's number one. Number two is that since Bitcoin cryptocurrencies are unregulated, the moment you go and you trade it on like platforms like Luno, you need to understand, if you make money here, yes, in Malaysia, say for instance, today you buy 1 Bitcoin, tomorrow the price of Bitcoin shoots up 5x. You put in 1,000, you made 5,000. When you sell, it's considered capital gain. Now, capital gain is non-taxable in Malaysia. But let's just say if you are trading, you put in 1,000 ringgit, you traded on a platform, let's say for instance, Obi, or you traded Forex on Hot Forex or OctaFX or what, profits that you've made from trading is taxable. But until today in Malaysia, there is no tax bracket for Forex, there is no tax bracket for cryptocurrencies. So you will have problems when it comes to paying your taxes. And the reason you will have problem is because when you are buying on Luno, you know your customer policy, the KYC policy, where you have to upload your documents like your IC, your license, the proof of address, the proof of verification. You submit that to Luno. Luno submits it to Bank Negara Malaysia, submits it to Security Commissions, submits it to LHDN. So now all 3 of these big bodies, big financial bodies in Malaysia already know that someone by the name of Melissa is involved in cryptocurrencies. So at the point of time they actually impose taxes, you will be the first one they come and find. Okay. The third reason why I didn't include Luno is because there are a lot of hidden fees that people that are new don't see. Okay. I'll give you an example. We are able to buy 1 Bitcoin right now for close to 211,000 ringgit. Okay, but the same Bitcoin, if I want to buy on Luno, I'm probably paying 217,000 ringgit. There's like a 6 to 7,000 ringgit difference there, where people don't bother checking. What they do is they just go ahead, they buy. Why? Because they think it's the safest way. Okay, but most often of the time, whenever something is super safe, you're going to see a lot of these hidden fees happening. There is a deposit fee, there is a transaction fee, there is a withdrawal fee. The rates are super spiked. Okay, and if I want to go into further details, the person that actually owns Luno, the way he came up with the funds to actually start up Luno was also acquired illegally. Like he did a scam before that. He used that funds to actually start up Luno, and I personally have like an agenda against Luno. So, but bottom line, it's still a registered market operator. It is still a valid platform for you to use, for you to buy and sell. But ask yourself the question, would you feel comfortable with the general authorities in Malaysia knowing that you are in cryptocurrencies when cryptocurrency itself is not regulated in Malaysia? You'll probably get the answers yourself. So when you use platforms like Kobe, like local Bitcoins, you don't need to do all of that. You don't need to submit your KYC documents, Bank Malaysia, to security commissions, to LHDN. You just do it directly from person to person. So you buy Bitcoin from a person selling it on that platform, and you sell it to a person that is willing to buy it on that platform itself. Okay, the next question, yes. What are your views on cryptocurrencies not being a tangible asset without physical business backing and its fluctuancy? Okay, definitely there's a lot of saying that, you know, Bitcoin cannot be a tangible asset. Bitcoin is not a suitable, or cryptocurrency is not a suitable store of value because, you know, it is a very fluctuative currency. Now, there are other cryptocurrencies in the market itself, right, that have stable values. Currencies like Tether, currencies like, you know, Binance USD, stable coins that doesn't fluctuate in value. Probably like when a business wants to adopt the currency into it, they can basically use the stable coins that are in the markets there for them to basically be able to accept cryptocurrency as a mode of payments. Now, in terms of physical business backing Bitcoin cryptocurrency, I would probably seem that over the past 3-4 years, it has been growing. You know, I'm not sure if you guys know Michael Saylor. He's one of the owner of one of the biggest hedge funds in the world. His hedge funds is called MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy basically bought close to 2% of the total Bitcoin in the whole population itself, Bitcoin in the whole existence itself. So if a hedge fund or a business that big is already adopting Bitcoin, Elon Musk came in, he brought in Bitcoin into Tesla, and then he removed it as well. We are slowly going to see, it's currently still lacking, not going to lie, but if people see the potential future of cryptocurrencies as a whole, see currencies like Dogecoin, you know, it's all a meme. People make a meme out of it, but it has a very good fundamental of being a good currency. So if people can see the reason why they would want to start doing it, they'll probably start investing into it. They'll probably start putting more money into it, and then you'll see the growth happening even further there. But as of right now, given the fact that we are from Malaysia, it's going to be very difficult for us to attain that. Like, I don't foresee any business in Malaysia accepting Bitcoin because it's going to be so difficult for us to come up with, you know, methods to pay taxes unless LHDN or security commissions do something to come up with a proper tax packet. Hope I've answered your question, Kauzi. Bro, what is leverage? Best platform for Forex and why not Luno? Okay, I pretty much guess I've answered your why not Luno. Best platform for Forex in what are you asking me? Best platform to trade Forex or best platform to learn Forex? Okay, if you can explain that, then I'll be able to explain to you that. And what is leverage? Okay, the simplest way I usually explain leverage, okay, is imagine right now you put $1, one USD, which is 4 ringgit into an account. Okay, what you are able to trade is 1 USD, correct? But when you have margin, when you have leverage, say a 1 to 1,000 leverage, the broker or the platform is basically giving you money that you don't own to trade and to get money that you can own. Okay, simpler way to put this. If you put in a $10 deposit in your account right now, if you trade with a 1 to 1,000 leverage or 1000x leverage, your $10 deposit is now multiplied by 1,000 times. So instead of having just $10 in your account, you now have $10,000 in your account. And you can buy an asset worth 10,000 USD, but you won't physically own it. It is just for the trade purpose. So if you buy, say, 10,000 USD worth of gold today, right, you will benefit of the price difference that happens in the price of gold. Whatever the difference is times the unit that you have, that's your profits. So leverage is basically the brokers, the platforms giving you money that you don't have to get money that you would have. So you have 100x leverage, 500x leverage, 1000x leverage. All that leverage does is it just multiplies your deposit with the number for you to be able to trade that much of money. Thank you for the explanation. Not a problem, Melissa. Is there a chance for Malaysia to ban COVID? Very, very high likely that may happen over the next 3 to 6 months. And if that happens, there's going to be another platform that comes in until Malaysia decides that instead of spending time, spending money, spending effort, banning platforms in Malaysia, you will never be able to take Bitcoins off Malaysians. You will never be able to take cryptocurrency off Malaysians. We are one of the biggest hubs in the world when it involves crypto, when it involves network marketing, when it involves businesses in regards to crypto, right? So there will always be a new one that's created. But by the looks of it, I personally see it coming soon as well, right? But when it happens, there will always be another option. Personally, the way that I look at things, the reason why security commissions and Malaysia is pretty much banning all these other platforms is they want to move everyone Malaysian into Luno. They want everyone to be on Luno so that when they start charging taxes on crypto, they already have the database of people that are into crypto, which is risky, which gives me more reason not to go to Luno. How to, or best platform to trade Forex. Okay, there are a few brokers out there. Brokers like Hot Forex, OctaFX, ICM, GKFX, various different ones out there. The ones that I personally use is OctaFX, FX Primers, and Hot Forex. And the reason is because Hot Forex, FX Primers have been in the market for close to 15 years right now. They have the necessary documents and licenses to operate as a legal broker. And in Malaysia, definitely it's going to be some issues. Two of my platforms that I'm using, Hot Forex and OctaFX, they have been highlighted by Bank Negara Malaysia under the investors watch list or some watch list or what, but nothing that we can do about that. And the reason why they have been flagged is because those two brokers accept Bitcoin as a method to deposit and as a method to withdraw. And Bitcoin, like I said again, is unregulated in Malaysia. You cannot pay your profit tax when you're actually taking profits in the form of Bitcoin. Hence, they've actually put a watch list on them. But any broker that has basically been in the industry for at least 5 years would be good enough. What I personally use is Hot Forex, OctaFX, and FX Primers. Thank you for the explanation. Pleasure. How do you and your team support with the clients? Is that mentoring program? So we basically have our own academy where there are members who are interested to learn crypto trading, crypto investing, whether it's cryptocurrency mining, we even teach people how to do mining, and Forex trading. We get them to join in our mentorship course. Me and my team, we basically coach them directly live with a mentorship call that happens over on Zoom like this. And we guide them through the whole process of how they grow from zero all the way to an advanced level trader. And then we basically trade with them. We give like live analysis sessions, live trading sessions with them as well. So yeah, that's what we do on our end. That's part of the company called Digital Billionaire Academy. How about IV market? I have not heard of that broker before, but probably if you do some research about that, if it's good, then you should go ahead.
So a question from one of the participants.
Okay.
I'm a student now. Which one would you suggest me to start my investing journey? And how about charges in Huobi?
Okay. In regards to being a student, what I would always ask back that student is, or that person is basically how much time can you actually commit to whatever you're going to get yourselves involved to. Say, for instance, you are a student, you're studying, and you probably have like a 9 to 5 class. And that whole 9 to 5 period, you aren't able to come in, check your charts. After 5 o'clock, if you have your assignments to do, if you have some sort of things related to your university to do, if you cannot commit time, it is going to be a very big task for you to be an active trader, because being a trader requires you to constantly check the market movements, constantly check the prices on your phone, so be able to see the charts in front of your screen. Now if you have the time, then yes, it's a very advisable thing for you to start trading, because as a student, when you are trading, you don't need much of a capital, but you are able to make a steady daily income. But there is definitely time that you will need to commit there. Now, if you don't have the time to commit to trading and you don't have the time to, constantly be in front of your phone, or at least allocate close to 3 to 4 hours a day to trading itself, if you don't have that time, then definitely opt towards just investing into cryptocurrencies and letting it be a long-term thing for you. And in terms of charges on Huobi, their charges are very, very minimal. If you were to compare it to other platforms in very, very minimal there. I think you probably pay about a 2 to 3 USD fee for you to be buying and selling Bitcoins. And there's a standard 1.5 to 2% fees for you to buy and sell cryptocurrencies on Huobi itself, which means that you're converting your Bitcoin to other currencies or other currencies to Bitcoin. It's a 1 to 2% fee, very small.
Thank you, sir. Another question. Which one would you prefer among the three you suggested for learning and startup with crypto investing?
From Huobi, local Bitcoins, and Trust Wallet, is it? Okay. Huobi and local Bitcoins basically have the same option, right? It's a platform where you are able to buy, but if you want to say, for instance, choose various of 5 different coins right now. You want to buy 5 different coins in the market and hold on to it, then definitely start off with Huobi, because Huobi you can buy Bitcoins using money in the bank first, and once the Bitcoin's already in, you can then use that Bitcoins to diversify it into other different coins in the market. Say you are seeing a coin called Ripple right now, you think it's about to go up, you can just easily trade that Bitcoin to Ripple. You can convert those Bitcoins into Ripple itself, and you can be holding on to Ripple. So you can use Huobi as a whole. For you on local Bitcoins, the only thing you get to do there is you get to buy and sell Bitcoins using cash. You cannot convert from Bitcoin to other coins on local Bitcoins. Trust Wallet is basically for you to be able to participate in hype-based tokens. There are some tokens like, I'm not sure if you guys heard of Safe Moon, Safe Mars, Shiba Inu, Anita Inu, all these different tokens. Guys, the moment it was released somewhere in March, April, it did a 20,000 to 25,000% gain. Putting like $1 there would have made you like $2,500. So those are hype-based tokens, and these are the type of tokens that are on Trust Wallet. You also have like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Ripple, all on Trust Wallet as well. But for you to be able to buy it, you basically need a decentralized application. So Trust Wallet is that intermediary for you to buy all those tokens. But for a start, definitely Huobi is a very good platform.
Okay, so the participant said thank you for answering his question.
Pleasure. Not an issue.
Okay, so guys, any other questions?
Hi, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, Melissa here.
Hi.
Yeah. I want to ask a question regards on the Forex market.
Okay.
Okay, let's say like someone is starting with a very small capital, let's say $30.
Okay.
Okay, if you see the yesterday market movement, the Forex, the currency movement of GBP USD.
True.
Yeah, it was going like the selling pressure was very high.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure like those with the $30, if the point difference were a lot, so there's chances of them blowing up their account yesterday.
True.
Right?
Very true. Very true.
What do you think is the threshold amount to like to start trading?
Okay. Now, in regards to your question, right? Let's say, for instance, yesterday or the day before as well, there was a very heavy movement in the market. Pairs like GBP USD, GBP AUD, USD CAD did a very, very drastic movement in the market. You see, now, fundamentally, it doesn't depend on your account size. What it depends on is your trading strategy. So say, for instance, right now, you are wanting to go into a trade. Say you are seeing, for instance, a buy in GBP USD. Now, before you are about to go in the trade itself, the one thing that you will always need to calculate is what is the amount that you can lose if the trade goes against you. So that comes back to your stop loss and your take profits. So for me personally, even if the market was to collapse all the way towards the downside, if you are trading on a $30 or a $50 or a $100 account, it wouldn't matter how low it goes. All it would matter is where is it that you are choosing to cut your losses. There will always be a strategy. There will always be a technique. So say you go into just a 0.01 lot. Okay. If you are trading a $30 account, if the market went according to the structure it did yesterday, you would have wiped off your account definitely. But that would be the wrong way to trade, because you are just buying, you're holding with no stop loss, and you're pretty much risking your whole account size. The same thing can happen to $1,000 account itself, because when you are trading on $1,000 account, you are risking more lots. So you're probably using 0.01 or 0.3 lots for you to trade. If the market goes against you and you don't have an area for you to take your losses, or you don't have your stop loss put, you can lose everything. So honestly, if you were to ask me the question, market structures would not matter as long as before you go into the trade, you already calculate, okay, fine. The reason I'm going into this trade right now is the markets can go up this much, the markets can go down this much. The whole calculation is called calculating your risk to reward ratio. I'll give you a very simple example. If you have a $30 account right now, you won't risk all that $30 on that one specific trade. You only use a small amount, maybe 3 to 5% of the account. So say out of that $30, you use like maybe $2 to $3, you went into maybe a 0.01 or a 0.02 lot size trade. Now, if you're risking $3, a proper risk to reward ratio would be, if you lose means you lose $3. If you win means you win either 3 or you win either 6. So it's a 1 to 2 win ratio or a 1 to 1 win ratio. You should never be able to trade and risk your whole $30 as you're losing, but when you're winning, you only win like $3 or $4. That would not serve a purpose and you won't be sustainable as a trader over the long term. So bottom line is that to survive yesterday's or day before yesterday's market condition doesn't mean that if you had a bigger account, you would have been able to survive it. A bigger account would have also taken a hit, but you need to know where to put your stop loss. So there will always be a specific price zone where the market basically changes the trend. If you are in a buy, if the price goes down, you already know if it breaks that key level, that key support region or that key level, you know already the price is about to go down further. So instead of waiting, just cut your losses, focus on the next trade, and opt to see if you can actually recover your losses on the next trade. Did I answer your question, Mel?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Pleasure
So it's
all.
basically the risk and reward ratio, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
100%.
Thank you.
Any other questions, anyone? Okay, I suppose that is all for the Q&A session. Thank you for the questions. On behalf of the club, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Mr. Movanniish for being our guest speaker today, and also for sharing his experience and knowledge on this matter. I truly believe that it benefited all of us a lot. Thank you so much, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, the link for the feedback form is now in the chat box. Kindly go ahead and fill them up. And I think we can proceed to our next session, a quick photography session. All participants, kindly switch on your cameras and position yourself under good lighting. We'll start in a few seconds. Sorry, sir, do you mind closing your slides, sir?
Yes, sorry, one second. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, we'll start now. In 3, 2, 1. Smile, everyone. Okay, the next page. Okay. I believe that pretty much sums up our webinar for today. On behalf of Rotary Club of Ames University and Rotary Club of Bandar Sungai Petani, once again, I would like to say a huge thank you to Mr. Movanniish for sparing your time for us today. Not forgetting, I would like to also thank all the participants who sacrifice their weekend mornings to join this event. You guys are truly our source of motivation, especially to keep doing things, great things like this. And we hope you keep supporting us throughout. I sincerely apologize for any troubles throughout me hosting the webinar. Thanks a lot, everyone, and have a great day.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day, everyone.